Welcome to our show, in person, live in a studio. We are Pop Culture Junkie Podcast. I am Shauna.
And I'm Olivia.
And we are glad that you have found us. I missed you.
I missed you too.
I'm glad that you're here.
It's good to not see you through a screen.
I know your hair looks so good. It's so long.
Thank you. It's also very black.
It's so black. Look,
like my soul.
We same.
I know. Now that Shauna and I aren't together all the time, I can have black hair. And then people really won't say that we're twins.
Are you guys sisters?
Yeah. Like, are you guys like fraternal twins? Like,
Did you guys share a home?
Maybe.
We might have.
Jury's still out.
One can only wish. We did celebrate Olivia's birthday together in Phoenix, which was a lot of fun.
Yes.
We got like a day bed and laid by the pool and did lots of shots and ate lots of food.
My niece saw the sun for the first time this year.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful experience.
We wore bathing suits. We didn't totally just turn to ash at the sun hitting our skin. It was great.
It was quite odd. I got in the car today to drive here and I got in and it was like a very hot car. And I was like, ooh, I like this feeling. And I was like, I feel like you can only really like that feeling if you experience it 2 to 3 times a year.
Yeah, not if you live in Phoenix.
Yeah, it's
then
like
you're
a
like,
nostalgia feeling.
You're getting into an oven. And
I'm home, but I don't want to stay home.
I know. I just asked Olivia before we were recording, like, when do you think you're going to come back again? She's like, not in the fucking summer, Shauna. Like, oh my God. So I'm going to have to go to San Francisco or we're going to wait till October.
There are worse
And that's
places.
not going to happen.
There are worse places.
I know. I guess I'll go to San Francisco.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And
there.
it's colder in the summer there.
I went in July once and I was cold.
Yeah.
Like
I wore like a weather phenomenon that makes it cold there.
Stupid.
Yeah.
And then I just got drunk in a little
It was also raining.
Smoky.
It was also raining. I also didn't believe people when they said seasonal depression exists. And then I didn't see the sun for like 3 months. And then I came here and I was like, oh, you do need vitamin D. Got it.
I can feel my serotonins the minute I get into a patio in like this Phoenix spring and I'm like, have a drink in my hand in the sun and maybe someone walks a dog by. I go, you know what? Maybe everything will be okay.
Maybe this is the point.
Maybe this is the point. And then CNN dings on my phone and I'm like, he did what? Oh, never mind. Everything is trash.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of trash, that's going to bring us into this week's topic, which is a trash celebrity, the downfall of Katy Perry. Ooh. So Olivia and I have one thing on our minds, the downfall of civilization. But also, what's the deal with Katy Perry? She's in space. She's getting trolled by Wendy's. She's working with Russian companies. She's at the Met Gala, but like not really.
She's
I think that was
a nun in court.
She killed a nun? Oh my God.
She was like in a legal battle with a nun, and the nun literally dropped dead in the middle of the court hearing.
And said, Katy Perry represents everything that we don't like. It would be a sin to sell this church to her, and then died.
Yeah, in the middle of the courtroom. What a statement.
What a statement.
What a statement.
Anyway, what is going on with Katy Perry? She used to have the world on her shoulders. Everyone thought that she was going to be the next pop superstar. And over the years,
she was for a little bit.
She was.
In her teenage dream era, like she was such a big star that if you weren't there, I feel like it's hard to explain because
she was ultra famous.
Yeah. She was on top of the world. She was dating, when I first learned about Katy Perry, she was dating gym class heroes, like singer.
Oh my gosh.
And she was going to Warped Tour.
She was going to Warped Tour. And the alternative station in Phoenix used to play I Kissed a Girl. She was kind of on that like cusp of like, not punk by any means, but kind of like
she was
pop rock, kind of like, I'm a cool alternative girl. Look at my shaggy haircut, right?
Yes.
And then she first started as a Christian singer under the name Catherine Hudson.
Yeah.
So if you look back in the day, it's all Jesus music. I think her dad was a pastor.
Yeah. Real Bible Belt.
Yeah. And I'll admit that I think Katy Perry has a nice voice.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's a good, talented singer. So she released gospel album and then got discovered, I guess.
Yeah.
And then went on to release You're So Gay.
Yeah.
Which
it is a good song, though.
It's so, like, kind of offensive.
Yeah.
But, like, it's a bop. It's a bop.
You know,
yeah. Listen, it's a
it was a
product of its
2010s
time.
product. Yeah. But it is a bop.
It screams 2010. You watch it on YouTube.
Bop. Just like Picture to Burn, original version.
Original version, a homophobic pop.
Insert Hillary Duff.
You shouldn't say gay as an insult. It's like saying that top is worn as pants. I don't remember the rest of it. Your skirt being worn as a top. That's
there you go. There you go. You got there.
I got there. Come on, Hillary. Help us out. Help us out.
Where are you? So
Hillary Clinton arises.
Katy Perry is kind of like crushing it in every single way. In her first 2 albums, she's really, really popular. I think at the time she was actually married to Russell Brand. And that should have been our first.
She dated Orlando Bloom. She dated
after
John Mayer. She dated John Mayer.
She dated John Mayer, which is where the famous Taylor Swift and Katy Perry feud is actually from.
I thought it was the stealing of the backup dancer.
Yeah, but like, I think there was animosity there and then it built. That's fair. The public story is that it's the backup dancer thing. But I think that's like, when you are just like so mad at someone and they do something like really small and you're like,
yeah. And you're like, now that's the straw that broke the Katy Perry's back.
Or you're in like a petty war. That's like what I think happened ultimately. But Katy Perry, this feud with Taylor Swift really kind of starts her like initial like what the hell is going on with Katy Perry?
Yeah, because it kind of like everyone was kind of taking sides, I think. And they squashed it, I think, really well. And it was in Taylor's video that they squashed it for You Need to Calm Down.
Yes.
And I thought that was really cute. She was on top of the world. She performed at the Super Bowl and had the famous left shark.
Yes.
Her song, Roar, was used at like every single political campaign.
Well, that's a little bit before. So when she released her album Prism is where she got into doing.
If you're talking about the purposeful pop, then that's later in her career.
Yes.
Witness is the purposeful pop.
Yeah, so she gets into this feud with Taylor Swift and they're like having a song off. And have you ever heard the song Swish Swish by Katy Perry?
So bad.
Yes.
It's when she chopped all of her hair off too.
Yes. Well,
she was trying to be a little Miley Cyrus, which is the Witness album.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yes.
Witness. Yeah. So she goes into
Prism had Dark Horse and Roar, which were like
those are
hugely famous.
So right after Swish Swish, Katy Perry cuts her hair into a pixie cut.
Literally the exact same haircut as Miley Cyrus had.
Yes. And Katy Perry's a beautiful woman, not with that haircut. And she starts like really going into doing the most bubblegum activism ever on this album as well in the Witness era.
Oh God, it's so bad. She said it was going to be purposeful pop, but there was nothing purposeful about this.
There's nothing deep to Katy Perry's
and
lyrics.
This is coming out during like, Chained to the Rhythm came out in 2017.
Okay.
This is after Donald Trump had become elected president. We're having like a political revolution. We want like feminism is in the forefront. And she releases this sad ass little song and album that's like, look, I'm participating. And then Swish Swish Bitch is on that with Bon Appetit.
Oh, which was really controversial.
Well, she also performed it on SNL and did her first, we will get into the next many of them, really bad dance moves on SNL to Bon Appetit, where she dabs, but does like a cringy white lady dab with Migos rapping.
Yeah. Yes. I've seen this. Honestly,
so bad.
There are so many moments of Katy Perry's career where if you just put them together, you're like, I am uncomfortable.
It's so cringe.
Like it's so cringe. You feel it in your butt.
I want to take a little,
Yeah, you just yeah.
Take a little pause here. Were you ever a Katy Perry fan?
Yes. So her first 2 albums, like Teenage Dream, when I was a senior in high school, I was bumping that. That and Kesha, which is quite funny that it was Kesha of all people.
Because
the famous Dr. Luke and Kesha battle. Katy Perry for Teenage Dream worked with Dr. Luke. Dr. Luke was very respected at the time. We didn't really know anything about his
Kesha hadn't came out with her accusations.
Kesha hadn't. Kelly Clarkson hadn't.
That's right.
About how kind of awful this man was, and among sexual abuse, it was also how he was stealing people's credits.
Yeah,
he was
he's
saying
gross.
he worked on a song, like all of these things. So allegedly, so we don't get sued here.
Someone's gonna sue pop culture.
Yeah. Good luck.
We're ironclad, bitches.
Yeah, that's it. But, allegedly, these things happened to these women. And, of course, we very much believe it on this side. But what about you? Were you ever a Katy Perry fan?
Not really. I've been such a big Gaga fan for so long, and it kind of felt like Katy Perry was just like the Temu Gaga knockoff for a lot.
Yeah.
She definitely has some songs that I have on some like get drunk and by the pool playlists, right?
Last Friday Night, a bop.
I hated Last Friday Night. I hate that fucking song.
I love that song.
I like Dark Horse.
Ew.
I like Harley's in Hawaii.
So you like her later music?
Those are Dark Horse. It was what, like 2017? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
I liked Kissed a Girl because I'm a little gay.
Go. Okay. Her first single ever and then her fourth album.
Yeah. In between, not so much.
Okay.
I remember working in social services.
That's a controversial opinion.
Dark Horse is a good song.
I mean, it's a good song, but like how often are you seeking out Dark Horse?
No, at the time it came out, it was good.
Okay.
I don't fucking like Katy Perry anymore.
You're like, I heard it once, didn't hate it. That's what you're giving me right now?
It was fine.
Okay.
It's a fine song. When I worked in social services, I had this client.
I had a real dark horse.
I had a real dark horse, if you know what I mean. I had this girl who was my client, and she wouldn't speak to any other support person who came into her household.
Yeah.
She had a serious mental illness. And I'm not breaking any HIPAA. This was like fucking 10 years ago. She's in college now. She's fine.
Yeah.
And I walked in and I saw like the Teenage Dream album sitting there.
Oh,
and
you
I
had
was
to
like,
pretend you liked it. Yeah.
I was like, wow, I love Katy Perry. What's your favorite song? Swish, swish, bitch. And I was like, I need a new position.
I'm quitting.
I can't do this.
I quit.
But we had to bond over Katy Perry, and that's all she would speak to. When I came out and I was like, yeah, she's great. She loves me. And they're like, she won't speak to anyone else. How did you get her to talk? I was like, talked about Katy Perry.
So that's why you meet kids where they are.
She would say in the California Girls, like there's fine, fresh, fierce, we got it on lock. And I used to tease her by saying farm fresh eggs. We got it. And she was so mad at me.
Yeah. You disrespected the arts of Katy Perry.
That's not how it goes. So now when you hear that, think farm fresh eggs. We got it on lock.
Did you hear that on a commercial? Or
no,
you were just craving some eggs.
I just was hungry. Okay. I love eggs.
Okay.
And in this economy, farm fresh eggs.
Yeah. Now it's coming back. She should lean into that. No, and Katy Perry's always kind of been someone who makes that like swish swish. If you've never seen the music video, go watch it. It's so stupid.
It's
stupid. So weird. She like looks like Riff Raff.
Yeah,
like playing basketball.
She came with Riff Raff.
Wasn't she dating him for a little bit?
I don't know if they dated, but they definitely attended like an awards show together. And this was when me and my husband were in this era where we kind of ironically liked Riff Raff, but then it kind of got a little too serious and we started actually liking Riff Raff. So we had to stop because we got nervous.
I one time was at a college party and we were in what in Tempe is called The View.
Oh, God.
And it's basically just like a giant frat house.
I'm sorry, I just had a flashback.
Yeah, but it's like apartments.
Yeah.
And you would go like apartment to apartment, and there would be like crazy parties.
And everyone's doors just open.
Yeah, everyone's open. It's like a giant party. It was a great time in college. And I have been day drinking all day, like tailgating, and I look over and I just see Riff Raff in his rainbow colored braids, and I'm like, I need to get out of here immediately. Like, this is the time where I say I should go home.
I gotta go home.
I need to leave. Riff Raff is here.
I'm so glad I wasn't there because I absolutely would have tried to sleep with Riff Raff. 100%.
It was after Spring Breakers had come out.
You know I would have too.
All I can see when I look at you is look at all my shit.
Spring break.
Spring break.
I absolutely would have gone up and been like, Riff Raff, let's do it.
Yeah, God. I'm glad you weren't there.
I'm so glad I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Let's take a little break.
We don't need that Riff Raff.
We don't need that Riff Raff in our life. Let's take a little break, and then we're going to get into what most people kind of know for the current controversies for Katy Perry. This bitch went to space.
Yeah.
Before we get more into Katy Perry's bullshit, I just want to remind everybody that we have a Patreon. Do you want to shout out full access to our new PCJ Pops, a sneak peek at the uncensored video content of our episodes before anyone else gets to see them? Then join the Patreon. Then join, because the price is definitely right. For a tiny donation, you get a reward, plus you're supporting us as we bring you the best of pop culture on a weekly basis. Go to patreon.com/popculturejunkiepodcast and subscribe. So Katy,
I had to pull out the finger.
I lost my spot so bad. Like a piece of paper to follow underneath. Just listen.
She's never beating the payroll allegations.
All day at work. When I get off of work, I want to be stupid.
I know you do, sweetie. It's okay. It's okay.
I want to look at my Olivia in the eye and be a dumbass and talk about Katy Perry.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
she sucks, even more so recently.
One thing I forgot to mention about Katy Perry.
This is the place to mention
during the Witness era, she did like a 48-hour live stream.
God,
maybe it was 72 hours.
That.
She was unhinged in it. It's also when she had a pixie cut, so everyone hated her. It's wild. There are clips of it. Like, it is the most random thing you've ever seen.
She's like rolling on the floor.
Yeah, at one point
weeping.
she's crying on the stairs.
Yeah.
Like drama.
No one understands
me. It's wild. So don't swish, you know.
I think that she was trying to be. So in our J-Lo, like the Fall of J-Lo breakdown episode, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We talked about how J-Lo needs to become more like personal with her audience and be seen as more of a person. And
Katy
I think
Perry
this
needs
is
the opposite.
Yes, I think this was Katy trying to be like, look, I'm just like you guys. I'm a real person. But it was so weird. It was like a Big Brother house.
Yeah, it was odd.
And anytime a celebrity enters into like reality television show territory, I feel like it's kind of at like the downfall of their career, unless that's how you started, like the Kardashians.
Yeah, I think that Katy Perry, like right now, so there's kind of two main controversies happening for Katy Perry right now.
There are.
Which is her terrible tour promo of going to space.
The space trip was so... Like, read the fucking room. Where the world is at war, people are dying, Kim.
Yeah.
Like, look at everything that's going on in the news and the things that people really care about. And we're all kind of, eat the rich right now. Like, we're not into fucking billionaires. Elon Musk is tearing down the country. Donald Trump sucks. And she's going to go on Jeff Bezos's penis-shaped airplane to space.
Yeah, with Lauren and Gail. And
I know, I just talked about how much I liked Gail, too.
I know. Embarrassing.
Ugh, cancel me.
Yeah, I would.
I would, guys.
I would. Do it. So, yeah, she goes. It's not just that she goes into space. She goes into space and comes back doing some of the most unhinged shit. So she gets back from space, steps onto ground, and kisses it.
She was in space for 11 minutes.
That's worth mentioning.
11 minutes. And she has this little daisy with her the whole time. And I'm sorry, she probably
had a video of her like staring into it like she's at a Grateful Dead concert.
And everyone behind her is looking, rightfully so, out the window at this beautiful view of Earth that, like,
she's like, take a picture.
Us poors are never going to get to see.
Yeah.
And she's like, here's the set list for my upcoming tour. And, like, trying to put it up to the camera and it's all blurry and no one can see it.
What song did she sing in Waltzed in Space?
I don't remember, but I remember Gail said that she did.
It's a Beautiful World.
Oh, God.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's A Beautiful World.
I did like the memes of everyone was getting off the ship and Gail just looked fucking over it. And someone said, if Katy Perry sang to me in a space capsule, I'd be fucking over it too. Like, okay, I get that. But no, it was just so tone deaf. And then she tried to spin it as some like...
She said there's so much love. I feel so much of the love
and
in this
like
world.
Some feminist moment. And you know what? Like, I think this comes down to like my issue with Katy Perry too, is this fake white feminism that doesn't actually advance women and the causes that feminists care about, right? So like going to space for 11 minutes on a billionaire's rocket ship is not what feminists care about right now.
All-female flight crew. It's like,
we don't care about that. That's not furthering feminism. There was one lady on the flight that I think was an actual astronaut, and like she got totally pushed under the rug about it. And I'm sorry, like in the mix of class wars and everything going on, like, no, you going to space is not making anyone feel more feminist.
Yes. And then it's like, it's always the contradictions with her. Like, oh, I'm going to release a song called Woman's World about female empowerment, but I'm going to work with like a man accused of like assault and things like that for that exact song. And, you know.
And that was Dr. Luke, who Olivia mentioned earlier. After everything that came out about Kesha and Kelly Clarkson and all these people, she went back and worked with him again in July 2024 for Woman's World, which she said was aimed to empower women. Have you seen the music video for that song?
Yeah, it's so stupid.
It kind of like makes fun of women.
Yeah, it's not doing what she thinks it is.
It's very like...
Again, she was married to Russell Brand.
True, who has his own like rape allegations.
Yeah.
But she like... is dressed for the male gaze in the video, is making fun of quote unquote like bimbo women. Like we're past that make fun of other women kind of feminism. That's not it. So that was a massive flop. We should also mention that like all of her previous albums, I mean, we kind of talked about Witness, which had Swish Swish, and that was a huge fucking flop. But then this album that just came out, Smile, and then with Woman's World, all of it just commercial failures.
Yes. And that leads us really to our second embarrassing moment and controversy is Katy Perry is on a world tour right now and has record low sales for this tour. I actually, before we recorded, I was looking, if you're in the Phoenix area, she has $60 tickets at Footprint. If you want the nosebleeds, like really good seats, $130 at Footprint. It's not even a stadium tour.
That's insane. Like I was looking into Gaga tour tickets and they're like $500 for the cheapest. So I'm not going to that.
Yeah.
But $30.
Footprint isn't like a stadium. Like I think they already moved it out of stadiums. But on top of that, her ticket sales are flopping and the weirdest behavior on stage.
Her dance moves are so strange, and I almost wish I knew the context. Like, is she trying to be funny?
Of course she is, because she's like Jennifer Lawrence in 2012.
Yeah.
Like, that's what she thinks is charming.
Funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's just bad dance moves. It's cringy.
She's
it's like embarrassing.
Embarrassing roboting. She has like a terrible wig on.
Yeah.
Like, there's just weird stuff.
She's fighting with a lightsaber against like air conditioning duct coming at her.
It's
like,
very odd.
What was the budget on this tour?
For her Vegas residency, during California Girls, she was in a glittery toilet paper outfit, like dress, and then she was singing the chorus
to a big toilet.
Giant poo in the toilet.
It's not
a dancing poo in the toilet.
Yeah, camp. Like it's not camp. It's not camp.
She's like trying too hard.
Yes, Gaga is camp.
Yeah,
this is cringe.
Yeah,
and there is a difference.
Yeah, I don't know. Does have a beautiful husband. Well,
oh my God.
And it makes me think less of Orlando Bloom. I'm like, what's going on there?
I love Orlando Bloom. When we were at Olivia's party, as we mentioned earlier in the episode.
You have to censor your words.
I will choose my words wisely here. We were all laying in the daybed after lots of drinks, and it came up, like, we asked one of the girls, hey, did you know that Orlando Bloom has nudes on the internet? And another girl's like, no, does he? And we're like, yeah. I mean,
it's not like a leaked picture. He's kayaking.
He's kayaking
butt
nude.
Naked, just on his knees, just pronounced, just above Katy Perry's head. Yeah, he was searching for it. It was a worthy service. I loved it.
Impressive.
Yeah, fulfilled my Legolas fantasies.
Yes,
from a young age, wanted to know what was under that skirt. And I found it.
Yes, his elven staff is powerful. He can put his pirate ship into my bay.
I was like, pirate ship? Legolas doesn't have a pirate ship?
I'm making more Orlando Bloom movie references
like
about his member.
I get it now. Yeah.
And we steer that ship right into my port. But yeah, we passed with the phone around and we all were like, and then we
showed the server.
We did. And then we took a shot to Orlando Bloom's penis.
Yeah.
And then we said, oh yeah, wait. Olivia's birthday.
Yeah. Birthday. More important things. Birthday too. No, but it's out there. You can find it.
But yeah, I'm interested to know like if Katy Perry can get her career back on track. I think that she needs to get away from the public eye. I think that I don't know. I don't know if everyone's sick of her. She's made a lot of bad decisions. She's very out of touch. I think that's it. She's out of touch with
the biggest crime of all right now.
Yeah, being cringe and out of touch.
Yeah.
Like we are in
Gen Z cannot have it.
No, especially when we have all of these other pop girlies who seem so genuine. They aren't trying too hard. They stand up for what they believe in, but do it in like a meaningful way. And if they're making distraction pop, which we need, the recession pop, we all need that, then they're doing it in a, I don't know, more authentic
what's funny
manner,
is
I think.
Katy Perry came up in a recession time. So it is very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that
she hasn't been able to recapture it though.
So Katy Perry during Witness had to disappear. She did disappear. And she spent same with Jennifer Lawrence. I think they're they're in different industries, but they're comparable. Where it was like, oh, I'm the every girl's girl. Like I like beer and I'm fun and I don't need all these things. I think that Jennifer Lawrence was that as a very big A-list movie star, and then you looked at Katy Perry. They both disappeared around the same time, and they both stayed away for around the same time.
Interesting.
J-Law came back good and authentic and was okay, she was always who she was.
I was going to say, I think J-Law's hate was totally unfounded.
It
was
unfounded.
Misogyny.
It is unfounded.
For sure.
But
how dare a girl be herself? But Katy Perry, she...
Different.
Yeah, absolutely. Because hers doesn't seem authentic in the slightest.
No, and that's the problem. But I think that, when people go through a mass hatred, Katy Perry hasn't done anything terrible. She went to space like a rich person. So do so many other men. Yeah, she's just,
she's tone deaf, I think is the thing. It's she says she's one thing, oh, I'm a feminist and I'm here for women, but then she's not when it really comes down to it. Yeah. So I think that's her problem. But she hasn't.
Yeah, she hasn't done anything truly heinous most men that have a totally normal time.
That is true. We need to do an episode like this about the downfall of a man's career. Well, that'll be a lot different because it'll be sad and
it'll be
violent.
Bad. It'll be crimes.
It'll be crimes
that somehow
and not
prosecuted.
just she's kind of cringe.
Yeah. So obviously none of this is that serious. Katy Perry, just doing the crime of the century as of right now in the zeitgeist, being cringe,
being tone deaf. Show up and do an actual volunteer activity. If you're going to pretend that you're a feminist and that you care about shit, go to Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Go feed some Palestinian children. Go volunteer at an LGBTQ organization. Do something. Yeah. And I don't know. Show us that you actually put your money where your mouth is and not just go into space with billionaires.
Well, what's interesting is for 2 weeks, all the news cycle and pop culture was Katy Perry's cringe. Her tour sucks. Yeah. Right?
It sucks.
And then the Met Gala happened and someone created a user created an AI image of her at the Met Gala. And that happened the year before. And she got a huge press hit out of it a year before. And I was like, that is definitely someone from our team. Because if you Google Katy Perry right now, all you see is her commenting on the AI creation of the Met Gala.
She comments on things sometimes too, and I'm like, girl, stop.
Yeah.
Wendy's, oh my God. Before we go real
we'll
fast,
leave you with the last one. It's so funny.
Favorite. So, okay.
It's a tweet that Katy Perry has landed back from space.
Yes.
Wendy's responds and says, can we send her back?
And then my favorite follow-up.
Wendy's the fast food chain.
Wendy's they have
Not
fire tweets.
Wendy Williams.
Oh my God. Rest in peace. Wait, no, she's still alive.
She's alive.
So Kesha, who we've mentioned earlier from the Dr. Luke situation. Same day, posts a selfie of her and is eating Wendy's and is like, love me some Wendy's.
Yeah, drinking out of a Wendy's cup.
Drinking out of a Wendy's cup. And we're like, yes, girl. She clapped back without even having to like say anything. Just her going to Wendy's. That was enough. And I am seeing Kesha this July 6th in Phoenix, Arizona. And Olivia refuses to go with me because it'll be 150 degrees.
I literally spend an arm and a leg to not experience a Phoenix summer anymore, but I do love you. You could have also come to San Francisco. It's there 3 days before.
She's coming 3 days before?
Yeah.
Shit. Well, the tickets will be too expensive. That's 4th of July
weekend.
It's
still like $50.
Maybe I should just do both.
Yeah.
Just see her over and over again.
Dancing with my hands tied. So good.
Wait.
Dancing with my tears in my eyes.
I was like, isn't that Taylor?
No. Dancing with Tears in My Eyes off of the Animal album. All of Animal by Kesha is a no-skip album. Just like Teenage Dream is a no-skip album.
Yeah.
Not Too Much on My Girl.
I'm going to be just drunk and covered in sweat and glitter, which is the way I think Kesha wants it. It's called the Tits Out Tour or something ridiculous. For my code to get the tickets, it was promo code Tits Out.
Yeah.
And I was like, dare me. I'll do it.
And to bring it all back to Taylor Swift, because of course we will. So Katy Perry also named her tour the Lifetimes Tour right after the Eras Tour.
Girl,
and I'm like, that's just so embarrassing because there are so many tickets in Footprint. Like Footprint is the basketball stadium.
That's a big arena. It's a big arena. It's still
big, but it's not even a stadium tour. So Taylor won. Taylor won in the end.
The Lifetimes copying the Eras is just cringe. It's cringe.
It's cringe, yeah. And have better dance moves.
It's giving failure.
Yeah.
So this kid auditioned for American Idol and said he had never been kissed.
Oh, yes.
And okay, first of all, I think if you become a judge in American Idol, you are a has-been, you are a sellout. You are cringe.
Do it to like reconnect with like a middle class, like older audience.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I hate it.
Yeah.
And this kid said he had never been kissed before. And so she did that thing.
Yeah,
where she like pretends like she's going to do his cheek and then kisses him on the mouth. That's kid's first
16-year-old,
kiss. Yeah. A stripper did that to me at my bachelorette party.
Sure. No, what was your first kiss?
I didn't say that.
Well, yeah, you just did.
He did the thing where like I leaned in to kiss him on the cheek and he turned his head and kissed me on the mouth.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
It was my first kiss. I was saving it for my husband.
Gross.
But yeah, so Katy Perry sucks. I think that's it for the Pop Culture Junkie podcast and our time together in the studio. Until next time. Before we go, let's give out our social handles. Where can the people find you?
You can find me, Olivia, on Instagram at Livy Maries, LIVIMARIEZ.
And you can find me, Shauna Trinidad, on Instagram and Threads at Shauna Trinidad, SHAUNATRINIDAD. You can find the Pop Culture Junkie podcast online at our website, popculturejunkie.com. From there, you can find our podcast on all platforms, as well as our social media links, our blog posts, and more. You can follow, subscribe, rate, and review the show. All that jazz.
And all that
jazz. Old-timey voice coming in at the end.
You have to have it.
And please join our Patreon because every subscription helps us bring you more great episodes like this one. Find us at patreon.com/popculturejunkiepodcast. Sign up for a sneak peek or get a super special shout out from us. And come back next week for another hit of pop culture.
The Pop Culture Junkie podcast is produced by Jeff Markin and Cheryl Lightfoot for the Pop Culture Entertainment Network.